every single one of you has a current in creation, and your current knows where you need to go. So just go with that flow, and you'll wind up exactly where you need to be, exactly when you need to be there, with exactly who you need to be with. Perfect principle of synchronicity organizing your life.
Yes, I've never experienced this before. This is fantastic.
Yes.
To the best of my ability, with no hesitation. Okay, so my question is there a way that we can really remember ourselves, our real selves?
Yes. That's why we give you the formula. That's what happens. It all boils down to a few simple instructions. Because when you follow the instructions of acting on your passion to the best you can, with no assumption, no insistence on the outcome, and you remain in a positive state no matter what's happening, what happens? You raise your frequency. When you raise your frequency, what happens? You become a more sensitive antenna to higher frequency communication and information and intelligence. When you become a better receiver of that information, what happens? You expand your consciousness. When you expand your consciousness, what happens? You know yourself more deeply, more fully, more truly. It all works together. That's why we give you the instruction manual. Almost every single question most of you ask us is contained in that instruction manual. By doing it, you will be more of yourself. And when you are more of yourself, you will know more of yourself. Does that make sense?
It does make sense. Why do we keep forgetting our power so quickly, so easily?
Because you have been trained to. Because you have been trained to buy into fear-based beliefs that say you are not worthy, you are not deserving, you are not powerful, you are not confident, you are not trusting, you are not connected, you are out of control. Yes? These are the things that you are taught on your planet when you grow up in your society, from your parents, your friends, your schooling. But when you become an adult, you begin to realize, hey, I was spoon-fed something that I can't digest anymore. That's not me. I needed to believe it was me for a while because other people made me believe that if I didn't believe that, they wouldn't take care of me. They wouldn't like me. I wouldn't survive. But now, you're an adult. You can handle survival on your own. You can thrive. You need to find out who you really are. You need to let go of the things that are no longer you, that supported you up to a point, but which you no longer need. You're carrying around, most of you, other people's belief systems that have nothing to do with you, other people's baggage, so to speak. Your baggage weighs nothing. If you feel held back, it means you're carrying around someone else's baggage. Drop it. Find out what those beliefs are that are out of alignment with who you truly are, who you prefer to be. And when you bring those fear-based, negative-oriented beliefs to the light of your consciousness from your unconscious mind, and really see what they say, the first thing you will notice is, more often than not, they will appear illogical, nonsensical, when you really examine what they say. You will see right through them as a lie. And therefore, as soon as a belief appears to you to be nonsensical, it's gone. That's the end of the process of letting it go, not the beginning. Because you don't hold on to anything that appears nonsensical. If you do hold on to the belief, that means there is another belief that is making that belief appear to make sense. You have to find out what that belief is and keep digging and digging and digging until you come down to the fundamental, foundational belief that is holding all the other ones together. And as soon as you crack that fundamental negative belief, all the other ones will collapse. But sometimes a negative belief, a fundamental one, because it is attempting to perpetuate itself, like all beliefs are made to do, may hide under other beliefs. Allow you to think, oh, look, I discovered that negative belief. It's gone. Now everything will be different. But you see that it's not. You keep acting the same way, keep behaving the same way, keep feeling the same way, keep thinking the same way, keep having the same kind of negative experiences. That simply means you haven't found the fundamental negative belief. Keep digging. Once you find that and see that it makes no sense and truly let that one go, then everything changes, everything shifts.
Agreed.
You will find out, generally speaking, even though there may be very many specific ways in which this can be expressed in your life, you will usually find out that the fundamental negative belief is some variation of I'm not worthy. And yet, you exist. How could it be that you exist if you're not worthy of existence? Do you believe creation makes a mistake? It doesn't. Nothing is pointless within existence. It exists for a reason. So if you exist, just to put it in colloquial language, existence must need you to exist in order for it to be complete unto itself. Because if it really didn't need you, you wouldn't exist. Therefore, you are worthy by the fact that you exist, and you don't need another reason to be worthy. If you start to believe that you are unworthy and keep believing that you are unworthy, you are arguing with creation about your worth. You will never, ever win that argument. Ever. Because you cannot cease to exist. You may change form, but you, the you that is you, the reflection of all that is your perspective, your unique consciousness, cannot cease to exist. Why? Because by definition, there's nowhere for you to go. Non-existence, by definition, doesn't exist. Think about it. That's the quality of non-existence, to not exist. It doesn't exist. That's its quality. So if you exist, you can't become non-existent because non-existence doesn't exist. There's nowhere for you to go. So you are worthy because you exist. Is this making some sense to you?
I'm feeling all of these things. I feel these almost like I'm a hive, and the hive is splitting in some way. And so I'm just going the right direction. And
if you're being you, yes.
Definitely being me for the first time in my life. Just me, not carrying other people's baggage, but still on the same journey.
Well, yes, on the journey of being you. You see, that's actually your purpose in life, all of you. To be you, as fully as you can be. You may express that purpose in a number of ways. But those are the expressions of your purpose. Your purpose is to be you. That's it. Simple. Don't overthink it. Don't overcomplicate it. Just be you. Even though most of you have been taught to do this, the hardest thing to do is to be someone you're not. The easiest thing is to be you. All the pain, all the struggle, all the strife, all the difficulty comes from trying to be someone you're not. All of it. When you start to go with your flow, as we talked about, that's your current, it becomes effortless. It becomes automatic. It becomes joyful. It becomes creative. It becomes loving. It becomes fulfilling. Because all those things are automatically contained in the automatic guidance system that goes with being yourself, that's built in. Surrender is not giving up control. Surrender is surrendering to the control that's already built into you. Go with the flow. That's all you have to do. Of course, if you're really excited about overcomplicating it, I'm not going to stop you.
I have a
Because if
tendency
that's
to
your
do
joy,
that.
then that's your joy. If that's your path, then that's your path. But you get to decide. The greatest freedom all of you have is the ability to choose.
I have been doing stock options trading for 10 years plus.
Oh, all right. This excites you.
It does, but it doesn't, it hasn't served me.
It hasn't served you.
No, because I lose more money than I make.
Then it has served you. It has served you very well. Maybe it's serving you by telling you maybe this isn't the way to go for you.
Yes, but
Maybe you need to put more stock in yourself.
why would an intelligent person like me keep doing it for like 10 years?
That's a very intelligent question.
But it still excites me. And I'm trying to follow my excitement.
Are you sure it's really excitement? That's the first thing to always check. Are you actually acting on excitement, or are you actually acting out of anxiety and calling it excitement in a state of denial? Because you might be afraid to actually do the thing that really excites you, because you have a definition that it can't support you somehow. Let me put it to you this way. If it wasn't an issue of how it could be helped to happen, what would you rather be doing if you could do anything?
I would like to awaken people to their own health, because I'm always telling families and friends. And
are you saying that that's really exciting for you?
that is really exciting for me.
Is it more exciting than investing in stocks?
Yes.
All right, so what can you do to invest in that first? Because if the stocks actually are representative of one of your expressions of real excitement, the only way you're going to allow it to synchronize and harmonize in a way that really serves you in your life is to act on the thing that excites you the most first, and allow that to be the driving engine and the organizing principle of every other expression of excitement that will then automatically play out through synchronicity in your life to show you what you need to do, in what order, and when. This is how you understand how to use excitement, because it is, as we have said many times, a complete kit. It has all the tools you need. It has the driving engine that moves you forward. It has the organizing principle that brings you the synchronicity. It is the path of least resistance. It is the path that connects you to all other forms of excitement in your life. It is the reflective mirror that reveals to you anything that's out of alignment with your excitement, so that you can identify it and let it go and add that energy to your excitement. It leaves absolutely nothing relevant out of your life. But the only way it really works in the way that you would prefer it to is by activating it, by acting on the thing that excites you the most to the best of your ability first, with no insistence on a particular outcome. That's how the formula activates the kit. So if you act on the thing that excites you the most first to the best that you are able to, until you can take it no further, and then look for the next option, and act on whichever one contains even just a little bit more excitement than any other option, no matter what it is, no matter how simple it seems, no matter how basic, no matter how mundane it may seem, if it contains even just a little bit more excitement than any other option at that moment, that's your synchronicity, that's your higher mind saying this is the thing to do next. If investing in stocks is in the mix somewhere of what really represents one expression of your excitement, it will be put into the mix in the proper order. Synchronicity will organize it to let you know when it is actually the appropriate time to act on that expression of your excitement as opposed to any other. If it never shows up, that's not what serves you. Are you beginning to understand how this machine works?
Yes, what I'm hearing is acting on your most excitement right now.
To the best of your ability.
To the best of your ability.
With zero insistence on a particular outcome. I know that that's a challenge for a lot of you. Zero insistence on a specific outcome. Do you understand why that's important?
Because you're your higher self is going to show you what
Yes.
you can't see in this form.
Exactly, and the physical mind can't always tell what that's going to be, but it will always be what's actually best for you. So the idea of having an image, a symbol, a goal, whatever you want to call it, a visualization, that's fine. But you use that to instill the state of being of excitement within you, because you get excited when you think about that goal, when you have that idea, when you see that visualization, it gets you excited. Oh yes, this is the best thing that could possibly happen. This is the best outcome I can imagine. That's fine. But once you get all excited about what it is you're seeing or thinking about, drop the goal, drop the vision, utterly let it go, because you don't actually know if that representation is the best possible representation of that level of excitement. But your higher mind does know what the best representation is, and if you make space by dropping that picture, then you will allow the higher mind to fill that space with what really needs to be there. And in fact, if you understand that the physical mind has its limitations, then you will know that what the physical mind might think or believe to be the ideal outcome may actually be a limitation on the ideal outcome. So why would you prefer that? Making a lot of dollars doesn't always make the most sense. You understand? Because abundance is simply the ability to do what you need to do when you need to do it.
I've heard you say that, yes.
All right. Well, if you've heard it, maybe you want to start practicing it. Because the idea is, it doesn't mean that you can't attract money into your life. That's one legitimate representation of abundance on your planet. It's a symbol of abundance. But that's all it is. It's a symbol, one symbol. If someone comes along and gives you something that allows you to do what you need to do, that's also a symbol of abundance. So if you know that it would be easier, the path of least resistance, for someone to actually come along and say, hey, you know what, I don't need this anymore, maybe you can use it, and it's exactly what you needed, would you actually put your foot down and say, no, 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 thank you, I'm going to wait until I make enough money to get that. I'm not going to take it from you as a gift. Would you do that? Of course not. Do you understand?
Yes, there's more than one path to.
And when you focus only on one representation of abundance, you actually close the doors through which other forms can come.
I think that's what I've been doing.
I know. That's why I said what you need to be investing in is your own stock. So take stock of what your beliefs are and invest in yourself so that you can appreciate yourself more. Yes?
Yes.
And when you appreciate yourself fully, you will be rich beyond your wildest dreams in more ways than you can imagine, because you already are abundant. You all are already fully abundant. The issue is not learning to be abundant. The issue is learning what to be abundant in. Because you are always abundant in something, even if it's an abundance of lack. You cannot lack abundance, but you can have an abundance of lack. So if you don't prefer an abundance of lack, choose a different form of abundance. Does that make sense?
Yes.
You cannot not be abundant. That's not possible. It's your nature. Everything exists right here, right now. Everything you need is here and now. When you allow yourself to exist in the here and now, you will begin to perceive what is also with you in the here and now that is reflective of your true abundant nature. Authenticity. Being your authentic self. What does that mean? Being true to yourself, being in alignment with yourself, your true signature frequency, of course. But it also means, really, as you say, putting it out there, really acting on your passion. The idea is that you have chosen to have a physiological experience, a physiological lifespan. That physiological lifespan plays out according to the theme and themes you have chosen to explore. And it is up to you to decide how you will explore them. Now, we are not saying that you cannot have an authentic life, have an extraordinary life, by being in a state of balanced peace. Of course you can. It doesn't mean that when we say it is important to act in your life, that you have to be running all over the world. You can be stable, peaceful, balanced in one location for the entire lifespan, if you wish. If that is true for you, really true. However, we recognize that because of the thousands of years of fears that have existed on your planet, that have embedded within many of you in your culture, your society, in your upbringing, the idea of definitions of diminishment, definitions of devaluation, definitions of the experience of disconnection, that many of you will not necessarily be acting as fully as you could be, will not allow yourselves to be your authentic beings. And now is the time to change that. As has been said, you know you are going through a transformation in this day and age. You know that it is about the idea of letting go of the things that are not you and incorporating the things that are. In the most profound, most artistically creative and expressive way possible. It is about getting out there and doing it, not holding back, not hesitating to be yourselves, your authentic selves. It is about being bold, adventurous, courageous, confident, curious, imaginative, excited, interactive, expressive, not holding back the gifts that you have to give, not depriving others of those gifts. Because while you may feel from time to time that you are seeking and searching for things, others also are seeking and searching for what you have to share, for what you have to give, for the expression of your true authentic self. When more and more and more of you are really allowing that authentic self to come to the forefront and to stand tall and to stand firm with your feet firmly planted on the ground and your consciousness raised to the heavens so that you stand in between that balance point of heaven and earth, as you say. And you allow yourself in that state of being, in that state of certainty, to really know it's all right, to really know it is your purpose, to really know that you can act, put forth, give out that gift, express that gift. And there will always, always, always be a reflection from those that have been seeking what you have to give. It may not come in the form you expected, but the unexpected is to be expected in your lives from this point forward. Allow yourselves to be prepared to turn left and turn right in unexpected ways, to go up, to go down, to go forward, to go back in unexpected ways. Follow the flow of the path of least resistance, no matter how it may wind, no matter how it may twist and turn through your life. For those twists and those turns are your trips, your adventures, your processes, your explorations, your discoveries of more of yourself. And were they not essential to understanding the fullness of your being, those twists and turns would not exist in the path that you are. They are there for a purpose. They are there for a reason. They are there to help you authenticate yourself, validate yourself, get reflections and reinforcements of the true being that you are. For as you put that out there, you will always get the reinforcement and reflection and support of creation that this is who you say you are. Creation will never contradict you, ever. It is not designed to do that. It is designed to support you unconditionally in whatever you say is your truth, and whatever you say is true for you, if it really is in alignment with your signature frequency. Always in living an extraordinary life, Always, too, must you incorporate the idea of balance, gratitude, grace, appreciation, and always take the time, always take a pause, and always take a moment to make sure that you are being truly authentic, that you are not disguising your anxiety as excitement, not burying the idea of definitions that you are too afraid to look at, because you are afraid that if you go diving down to look at, to examine, and to explore and investigate those negative beliefs you may have about yourself, many of you may be too afraid to find out that if you go exploring, you will discover that those negative beliefs are actually true. I guarantee you they will never be true. They will never be true. For you are a co-creator. You are made in the image of creation. You are what gives life meaning. You are the reflection of the all that is exploring its unique self. And this idea of your extraordinary life and the authenticity is all based on the concept of your unique perspective. You are the only one of your kind. You will ever be the only one of your kind. And no matter how many other simultaneous, incarnational existences you may cross-connect to from the present, there will always only be one of you. You will always only have this one life to live as you. So live it to the fullest. Allow it to be what you designed it to be. Work in harmony, work in concert with your higher mind. For your soul being has, in a sense, set itself up as a duality and a trinity by creating the split of the non-physical higher mind and the physical mind and the balance point in between. You function on all three levels simultaneously, and by allowing there to be that balance between the two, allowing the relationship between the physical and the higher mind to work smoothly, to let each other do the jobs you were designed to do, to support each other, to reflect to each other what it is you were designed to support and reflect, you will be functioning as a whole being, as a whole person, as your authentic self, as your adventurous self, as your extraordinary self.
All right, I'll say how are you all this evening of your time as you create time to exist. Allow us to begin this interaction this evening of your time with a suggestion. If you wish, a motto. And, if you wish, a favor. All right? The favor I will ask, and what can be considered, in a sense, a motto of any interaction we have with you, will be to please, do not believe anything I say just because I said it. Understand? This is all about self-empowerment. It is all about your recognition of your ability to create the lives you wish to create. We are more than willing to function as reflections, to serve you, to share with you, to love you, to interact with you, to play with you. But remember that we are all, you and us, teachers and learners, equals in that way. We all have our own perspectives, and we simply function as mirrors to reflect, once again, to you, the things you already know within you, to show you, to allow you to be aware of things within you that you can then decide are what you prefer, ideas, perspectives, methodologies in life, or you can decide you do not prefer them. It is up to you. This evening of your time, let us discuss, and this can be your entitlement, intuition and intellect. For many of you, being such a polarized society, have considered these concepts to be something that have nothing to do with one another. As many polarities are created in your society, very often you have forgotten that they both must come from a single source at the center that has created both polarities. So, instinct, intuition, and intellect, reason. Yes, they are polarities. They are dichotomies, it seems, in your society, but they are actually simply variations, or if you wish, degrees of the same consciousness, of the same energy, like anything is. Intuition, or what you may call instinct, as you recognize it in what you call the animal kingdom, is the same type of energy, the same type of consciousness that you utilize when you allow yourself to become self-aware in an analytical, intellectual, reasoning, focused idea. It is the same consciousness. The animals, in a sense, are self-aware. It is simply that they do not have the degree of persona focus in the same way that you do. It can be said that consciousness, in its natural homogeneous state, when it is all that is, undergoes degrees of focus, of self-limitation, of self-compaction. The animal level of consciousness represents to some degree one level of compaction, but the analytical, the intellectual focus represents a higher degree of compaction. That is all. That is the only difference between intellectual and instinct. This is one of the reasons why, in having created the polarity in your society of scientific thought and belief on faith, why you have created such a polarity and sometimes such a war between these two ideas. For each side fears the other side for what it believes to be an absolute opposite of the way it chooses to function, and it fears to incorporate, blend, and balance the other side for fear that they will lose what perspective they have, rather than recognizing they will simply gain an opportunity to blend and balance that perspective with another aspect of the same consciousness. It is not truly opposite in the sense that it has nothing to do with the way you might think or you might feel. Your scientists, in that sense, have simply been hesitant to rely on instinct or intuition, because when you begin to do that, you soften the focus of your persona, and it does, quote-unquote, not allow for as high degree a concentration of compaction of analysis, intellectualization, rationalization, and the like. But in no way, shape, or form does it mean that intuition is an invalid way to access information. And those that are more, in your terms, instinctive do not have to fear they will become trapped in a quagmire of tunnel vision if they simply are willing to adopt aspects of blending in reason and intellectuality. These ideas can be blended, can be balanced. One is simply an extension to a higher degree of the other, but it is all one consciousness. This is one of the reasons we have discussed many times why, in a sense, animal consciousness is an extension of you, and in a sense, you are an extension of it. You are reflections of each other. What you call instinct and intellect are simply different degrees of the same consciousness. Different applications, if you will. You can blend and balance these things, and it will not be at the cost of your reason, nor will it be at the cost of your intuition. You will have both. Both will be applied when and where they are needed. Both are natural in that sense, natural to anything that considers itself to be a sentient being. It is one of the things that is representative of the blending and the balancing going on in your transformational age. You are never now, after what you have been through, going to become absolutely 100% instinctive. You are not going to become 100% intellectual. In blending both, you will be able to apply, where necessary and when necessary, all attributes. Remember that fourth density is the integration of everything you have ever been, not the exclusion of it. It is the integration of all of it, and the use of all of it when and where it applies, in perfect timing, in total trust, with absolute clarity of reason and insight in both senses of the term. You'll all follow along. So the idea of any interaction with us, whether you choose to use intuition or intellect in interacting with us, allow us to remind you that the idea is of balance, not the idea or another has to overcome the other way, but of balance, of allowance, of trust, of integration. At this timing, allow us to extend once again to each and every one of you our utmost appreciation in your willingness to co-create this interaction, to allow us to share and drink deeply of the consciousness that you are uniquely, to give us an appreciation of the differences and the diversity you have created yourself to be, and simply to have fun with you, to share, to play, to love, to grow together as equals in our own ways. For this gift, I ask you now, how may I serve you?
Howdy, license plate 1, FMW626, your lights are on.
It does not belong to me. Thank you. Shutting.
Good evening, Bashar.
And to you.
And to you. 3 months ago, you shared some guidance with me about singing. I'd asked you about singing and how I could go about bringing that excitement into my life. And you told me to just do it, to sing. And incorporating that and with being present in the moment so that opportunity can find me.
Yes, to act like a singer so you will have the life of a singer.
Yeah, exactly. I have started singing professionally.
Thank you.
And I sang with Stephen Halpern last Sunday night at the closing of the Crystal Congress.
Did you have a good time?
I had a ball. It was incredible. It was wonderful. And then then Monday I sang for the soundtrack of 6 videos, the soundtrack.
No stopping you now.
Built with Neville Rowe, and I channeled mermaids, and it was and dolphins, and it was so wonderful, and I just wanted to share that excitement with you, and thank you.
Thank you for no longer waiting to be who you knew you were and are.
Yeah, it was wonderful.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You are welcome.
And my question is, do you have any information about a mineral by the name of sugilite?
Yes.
And would you share that with me?
It is, in your terms, connected obviously to the crown vibration in that way. Understand? Violet light.
Yes.
And because many of these things are now gaining predominance in your society, because you are now becoming aware of it, because it seems new to you, it is simply a synchronistic indication of the areas that you are now moving towards in terms of light vibration, the violet crown area. You are all accelerating up. It can be as a trigger, as a tool, as a symbol, very conducive for many individuals to put them in touch with those aspects that represent their astral selves in that way, and perhaps allow there to be more release in the sense, more blending in the sense of the non-physical and the physical realms, more communication, so that it becomes more natural for you to understand there really is no difference between them, that you can blend them together. It can be used in that way. It is one way. Okay. Some of it also has to do, and will perhaps evoke in some of you, connections into what you may colloquially call, quote-unquote, now I do not mean this in the sense to elevate anyone judgmentally above anyone else, but to connections of royalty that all of you have had in that way, lineages in that sense, the recognition of the idea of royalty in the meaning that you all have that inner glow, the higher light, that you are all a royal lineage when you choose to believe yourselves to be, that you all can have the perspective of the violet ray that allows you to penetrate and see through the dimensions that interconnect your world to all other worlds. That understanding that was had in Egyptian times and Atlantean times, and sometimes in what you would call your Renaissance period, where there was a strong attachment to the idea. And why? Not only because of the scarcity of dye, for that is no accident, purple became the royal color. Understand?
Yes.
Does that assist you?
Yes, very much. Thank you very much.
Thank you. There are a few more things you may discover on your own, and there will be a few more things that other individuals who are working from a different perspective now will start to release as ideas that that mineral can be used for within your society within the next year of time. There will be more understandings, more applications. Some of it has also, in small amounts, a very pacifying aspect, as it to some degree can represent a higher vibration of the rose quartz. You follow me?
Yes.
So it can be a very deepening and a very impassioned enriching of the heart vibration for some individuals. Sometimes it may invoke memories of the use of blood in your society, or what blood symbolizes, that deep, rich idea of the violet that allows you to know you're on the verge, on a threshold of a transformation. Understand?
Yes.
New lifeblood in that way.
New lifeblood. Good. Thank you kindly.
Thank you. Shutting.
Greetings, Bashar.
And to you, goodbye.
May I ask a question about some things that were discussed last week?
As
All right. You were discussing the oversoul and showed a wonderful matrix of all past lives and how it all goes about. My question is, if we had made a certain soul judgment for ourselves before incarnating,
yes,
can we talk to the oversoul and change it?
to some degree, yes. You have a great degree of flexibility within the original ideas or agreements you have made. They are not as restrictive as you think, and a change is not necessarily a change of the primal agreement, but simply a change within it. A change to do something in a different way, still fulfilling the agreement, rather than the old way you used to fulfill the agreement. You understand?
Yes.
So those changes can occur even within the agreement. They do not have to be looked at as needing to change the entire overall agreement, because the majority of the agreements you make before you are physical are general and not always very specific.
Oh, okay.
Understand?
Yes.
General themes you agree to play out, but you have the ability to decide and change at any time in your life how you play those themes out.
That doesn't affect the other matrix of all the other lives and incarnations?
Oh, yes, to some degree it does. Any change will, in that sense, affect it. Any change in you in the present changes your past and your future, but that doesn't mean that it's a cancellation of the original agreement. It simply means it can be a continuation of the original agreement in a new way. Understand?
Yes.
Does that serve you?
Yes, thank you.
Well, thank you very much.
Bye-bye.
Hi, Bashar.
Hi! It's Joker. Oh, excuse me. Switcher.
Thank you. Well, I have been starting out my sharings for the last few weeks with a joke, but the best thing I could come up with was, why did the Essanian cross the road? And that didn't go anywhere, so I forget it, you know.
All right. Perhaps to remember that he was already on the other side.
That's right. Thank you. You know, I have a proposition for you, Bashar.
All right.
I think we'd make a great comedy team.
All right.
So, moving into my sharing here,
Yes.
I would like to know more about the harmonic convergence, 2 parts. I would like to know if there is a physical event that's occurring, some kind of physical alignment, shifts, whatever.
Yes, in a sense, it is in an energy form, but the physical event is the unification of the action upon your world that many individuals are taking, in acting as one, in harmonizing, in converging, in focusing their ideas, their actions, and their intentions in a laser-like coherent fashion. That physical action on the part of all the individuals in your planet in participating in that party will make a big difference in the available energy of your entire world to accelerate into 4th density that much more quickly.
Okay, so in terms of the physical, we're not talking about a planetary or solar alignment or something like that. We're really talking about the people.
The people, yes,
Yeah.
the people.
Can you be more elaborate as to what the energy is doing, what we're actually
It is crystallizing you, literally, crystallizing you. It is unlocking you. It is the eye of the hurricane. It is where all is still and silent so that you can pass into whatever reality you choose to. It is the threshold. It is the transfer gate. It is the switching yard, if you wish. You can go onto any track. It is, all right, Grand Central Station. That is what it is. It is the point from which you can go to any place, any time. It is the limbo state. It is all realities, blended and available.
So in a sense, we're decoupling from our current reality.
Oh, yes.
Period.
And choosing which reality to recouple to.
Okay. Gee, I've got questions here. I'm not sure how I know how to formulate them.
Perhaps into answers.
Hey, now that's an idea.
Thank you.
Well, I'm just thinking in terms of, are we creating this energy to be coming from quote-unquote outside, or is this something that we're just generating all from within our...
It is all from within, although there is, in your terms, participation from outside as well. It is still all within in terms of your experience of it.
Certainly, okay. Then what can you recommend as a positive, I'll say ideal, if you're willing to accept that term, thing to do that will create the most acceleration, greatest positivity for any individual?
Yes. As each of you are doing the thing that excites you the most, be aware and in touch consciously of the fact that everyone involved is doing the same thing. So that while you remain as an individual, you also move as a mass mind. You follow me?
Yes.
So be aware of the fact that everyone is focused in a similar way in their own particular version of that idea.
Okay, then what effects or what results can we, I don't want to say expect, but that's the idea. What will we see as a result of doing this then?
Vast changes in things you thought would never change.
Such as?
Habit patterns of individuals you think are stuck in a particular way. Changes within what you call your sociological and governmental and religious structures. More acceleration, more willingness to create networks, more observation of synchronicity in your lives. And it has a particular ability to assist in the acceleration of ideas within what you call 3 years of your time, within what you call 1990, to allow there to be more blatant manifestations of our presence as well.
Ah. Okay, aside from the 3-year thing you just said, within what time framing would you say these observations will be made?
It will depend upon the individual. It can be almost immediate, or it may simply take a few months. Usually you will begin to see them start leaking into your reality within the 3-month time frame.
That's great.
Some of them will be within 72 of your hours, because so highly accelerated and focused will a lot of you be. You will see some instantaneous manifestations right away, again in the form of what you call coincidence, on many different levels in which you didn't think coincidence could occur. All of a sudden it will be, what world am I in?
Yeah. Yeah.
Understand?
This is very exciting.
Yes.
Very exciting.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Shooting.
Greetings, Bashar.
And to you.
I've recently purchased a magnetic bed pad from Japan.
All right.
And
are you having a good time with it?
Yes. Matter of fact, a number of people that have used this for some period of time have reported almost miraculous health changes in their bodies.
All right.
And
magnetic alignment can do much of that for many individuals.
Well, I was wondering from your point of view, how does this bed pad work? And is it in any way detrimental to any of the members of our...
Generally, no. Although, again, it can depend upon specific belief systems, but generally our perception is that most individuals will allow themselves to derive benefit, as you call it, from that particular experience. And what it is doing is setting up a magnetic field that is pulsing at a certain rate that allows your bodily crystalline structure, atomic structure, to align with the Earth pulse, 7 1/2 cycles per second. So it puts you in an automatic meditative state which realigns and centers you. Magnetism can do this, and this is why we have said that you will begin to discover, as some of you have, that some of your medical magnetic resonance imaging devices are not only in that sense good for diagnosis, but good for the cure as well.
And there's been some really great changes with it. I was wondering, does it have any applications for people who have what we call AIDS?
It can, yes. Any individual who can magnetically align and center themselves within the blue-white electromagnetic field of your planet, in that blended and balanced state, what might be called the idealized blueprint state, cannot by definition contain any disease of any nature at all.
So while you're laying on this pad, be it all night or just for a short period of time, it'd be almost like being way out in the boonies somewhere away from all the electromagnetic flux. And
No, no, no. It will be being way in, not way out. It will be being the electromagnetic pulse or flux itself. It will be homogenization, so that no one idea stands out, no one fragment stands out, no one compartment, no one portion of yourself stands out more than any other portion. You literally become liquid light. Blue, electromagnetic, liquid light.
I can see that, yes.
Then you can recrystallize yourself in whatever format is most indicative of the strongest belief system within you at that point.
I thought perhaps this was a modern version of an Atlantean healing bed that
Yes,
I heard about.
it is.
Oh, good. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much. Shooting.
Hi.
Hi.
This is my first time, and I'm enjoying myself immensely.
Me too, on both counts.
I have a question also regarding that magnetic sleep pad. Many people have remarked that they have had really different dream patterns. Can you elaborate more on what effect this have on people's dream reality?
Well, the dream reality and the physical reality are simply expressions of the same one reality. So as you center yourself in the balance point between both, then you are more in touch with the physical reality as a dream and the dream reality as real. So you increase, in that sense, create to be more vivid your experiences in the dream reality and create to be more dreamlike your experiences in physical reality. Understand?
Mm-hmm.
Does that assist you?
Mm-hmm. I have one other kind of associated question.
Oh,
this thing has dramatic impact on people's physical body. Almost instantaneously, pain goes away. Strange looking things like that. It seems to me that it must be having as dramatic an effect on people's mental, spiritual, and emotional bodies.
Of course. As we have said, it is aligning the whole idea. It brings it all into one here and now connection point. That's why everything else becomes more vivid. Because what was formerly distant, dim realizations of some non-physical reality is brought immediately into real focus in true, as you say, living color. Understand?
Yeah, so this will help to increase people's personal vibrations or just center them?
Generally, yes. Although, again, an individual can do with it what they wish to. And if they are focused into negativity, it can accelerate some of that. Generally speaking, most individuals will receive some benefit from it. Understand?
Uh-huh.
And in the overall sense, even if the magnetic alignment allows them to amplify the negative portion of themselves, that can still be of benefit since it gives them an opportunity to face things they need to integrate within themselves. Understand?
Uh-huh.
And it can be very grounding in that sense and allow you to really begin to relate to the magnetic pulse of the crystalline earth.
A couple of people that have seen this or experienced it have absolutely categorically just rejected it.
All right.
Why is that? Is that because on some level they know they're going to have to face something?
To some degree, sometimes, yes. It might be a little too raw of an energy for them at this point. They may feel that they went into it without a buffer. Understand?
Uh-huh.
But not every tool is for every person. It is also as simple as that.
Okay.
Does that assist you?
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Sharing.
Hello, I'm Penny.
Hello.
What is my purpose and why am I here?
Oh, my. In 25 words or less?
Please.
Now, we have discussed some of this idea before, and we will keep it simple and fundamental. Remember that even though you are a reincarnational being, the you are now only has one life to live. Do you follow me?
Yes.
So the main purpose of your life is to live that life as fully as you can as the you are now. That's it. And the way you live the life you are now as fully as you can is to do what excites you the most with integrity. That's it. It's as simple as that. Do you believe it?
Yes, I believe it.
Can you act that way?
It doesn't seem to be enough.
Doesn't seem to be enough. Well, are you doing what excites you the most?
Well, I'm healing.
All right. Are you excited about it?
No.
What are you excited about doing?
I'm not sure.
Well, allow yourself to scan all the probable realities you could be doing right now. Are you through?
Certainly.
Is living one moment, one day at a time exciting for you?
No.
Why not?
I haven't trained myself that way.
You haven't trained yourself that way? But you see, it isn't a matter of training in that sense, not in the fundamental sense. It is a matter of allowance. It is a matter of trust. It is a matter of understanding that excitement is what lets you know what you're all about and what you chose to be and what your purpose is in this life. The things that you find exciting, the most exciting things at any given moment that you are capable of acting upon is the fulfillment of your purpose if you act upon them. If you don't, you are denying the vibrational beacon called excitement that represents the purpose you chose to live out in this physical life. So all you have to do to fulfill your purpose is act upon whatever really excites you the most with integrity at any given moment. You don't have to be trained to do it. All you have to be told is that it's all right to do that if you want to. You can give yourself permission to live that way, live in the moment, in full ecstasy, in full excitement, if you prefer that. Of course, if you prefer, in that sense, to trudge along, you can do that too, if that's what excites you. But you don't have to.
I can't fathom ecstasy lasting.
All right, but you see, that's the main block that most of you have, is you simply cannot believe that it can last. Probably because you have been told that in order for it to last, you have to sustain it. It sustains itself. Ecstasy is the natural vibration of creation. Unconditional love is what everything is made of. You are made of unconditional love. So you don't have to sustain it. All you have to do is allow yourself to be natural, and the ecstasy will continue forever. Another difficulty many of you have in imagining that it will go on forever is because you think in terms of time, and you think, wow, forever, that's a long time. It's not a long time, because forever is right now. It's always right now. So all you have to do is experience your ecstasy now, and you will always experience it now.
Thank you.
Understand?
Yes.
Does that help you?
Yes, thank you.
Well, thank you very much. Will you do me a favor?
Certainly.
Will you take 3 deep breaths and let them out? Will you sigh and understand that you deserve ecstasy, and understand that nothing is too simple or too good to be true? Nothing. You were created out of ecstasy. This transformational age, as we have said a few times, is not about being normal. It is about being natural. And ecstasy is your natural state. So all you have to do is relax into your natural state, and you will always be ecstatic, but you will always be ecstatic now. Because now is the only time that actually ever exists. It's always now. You don't have to worry about sustaining with your stamina this ecstatic feeling for all time. That can get weighty.
I wouldn't want the responsibility.
You are creating time. Time is your creation, your projection. So live in the now, live in the present. You won't create as much time. And then the creation and allowance of ecstasy will be easy, because the only time you have to think about to create ecstasy in will always be now. And that'll be it. And it'll be easy to do, because all you have to think about is now. And now. And now. And before you know it, millennia have passed through you. Because you're having such a good time. Living in now. Being who you are as fully as you will allow yourself to be to the best of your ability Understand?
Yes.
You deserve it.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you. I had nothing to do with it. It's just natural. Exciting dreams to you. Vibrant, vibrant, vibrant lights.
Very nice. Thank you.
Thank you very much. At this timing, allow us to extend to each and every one of you once again our deepest appreciation for your willingness to crystallize this interaction between us. Next week of your time, we will discuss the harmonic wave. And that can be the entitlement, the harmonic wave. We thank you for your sharing, and we will, in that sense, interact and intersect with you upon that harmonic wave. Unconditionally exciting and loving good day to you all.
If you choose differently, you'll no longer be capable of finding us. Make sense?
Absolutely.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, Bashar.
Andrew, good day.
Welcome. My question is in regards to the volcano eruption, the Calbuco,
Yes.
that erupted on April 22nd.
Yes.
And then the earthquake that occurred in Nepal 3
Yes.
days later.
Yes, yes, yes.
Were those two related in regards to the Earth's
Well, yes, it's all related.
chakras, or?
It's related to the electromagnetic field, the geomagnetic field of your world, and the changes that happen in that field for a variety of reasons. Sometimes the idea of a physiological seismic expression will make alterations in the field. Sometimes alterations in the field will bring about a seismic expression.
So in this recent event that took place in April, how did that affect human beings vibrationally?
Well, it depends upon the human beings.
Okay, makes sense.
I know, that's why I said it.
So will there be other changes?
Of course there will.
In regards to the Earth's?
Of course there will.
Will there be any time relatively soon?
Relative is a relative term.
Within this year?
There may be, and on into the idea of your 2016, 2017, all the way up to 2020, several of these kinds of incidents.
Great. All right, thank you so much.
But again, this is all part and parcel of shifts within your consciousness. Remember, you're not actually changing the world you're on. The changes you make within yourself shift you to another version of a parallel Earth that's already more representative of the change you made within your own state of being.
So this past June, the beginning of June, there seemed to be, I perceived a vibrational change.
Yes.
Was that just within me, or was there some vibrational change that happened within the...
Well, both.
Was...
And again, that vibrational change within you shifted you to a parallel version of Earth. And remember, you are shifting through parallel versions billions of times a second. But the major changes, what you perceive as major shifts, are simply in your consciousness greater differences in the shift. You all shift at the same rate all the time, billions of times a second. When you notice the shift in a specific and relevant way, it's because the shift you've created has created a greater difference in where you shifted to than before. So you notice it. But the rate of shift never changes. Yes?
Yes.
Make sense?
Yes, it does.
So when you notice them, that's a sign that you have expanded your consciousness to be more aware of the shift you prefer, rather than simply going along again with the mass consensus shifts that look like relatively slow change. Oh, a little thing has changed, a little thing has changed, a little thing has changed, a little thing has changed. And then you can go, oh, a big thing has changed. And you can skip over some of those intermediate shifts, in a sense. Skip over what the mass consensus general average shift experience is by allowing yourself to leap ahead in a way. Make sense?
Yes, it does. Thank you.
Does this help you?
It does. Thank you.
All right. All of you, please just remember that the more you're willing to align with your true vibration now, that means the more willing you are to wake up, and then you will not necessarily need to shake yourselves awake. Yes? All right.
Greetings, Bashar.
And a you good day.
Thank you for coming to Vegas.
Well, I'm not in Vegas, but I understand the sentiment.
Is your ship
It's
still
above Sedona. Yes.
Broadcasting,
Yes.
in a sense?
Yes.
I have a question. It's kind of personal. I've been...
Personal to you or to us?
To me.
Oh, all right.
Hopefully other people see the same thing I don't know.
Speak up.
I've been seeing like lights in the sky. I'll see a flash and
Yes.
I'll look in that direction and
Yes.
stare and see if it's a plane. Sometimes it is, and
Yes.
a lot of times it's not.
Yes. Well, you remember that one of the symptoms of the expansion of consciousness in this age of awareness is beginning to be able to perceive energies on higher frequencies that were heretofore invisible to your senses. So this is going to be one of the common symptoms that many of you will experience as you expand your consciousness.
Okay. So that same situation actually happened in a room in my house. I was
Yes.
staring in the room.
Yes.
The darkened room, and it was a flash of light.
Yes, happening within the rewiring of your brain is also causing what you would call internal illuminations in your optic nerve.
Okay.
Can be several different things.
Also, the sacred circuitry
Yes.
that you exercise you had, is that something you need to do once?
It's a permission slip. You decide
Okay.
how it works for you.
Awesome. I forgot what other questions I had, but
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Maybe you answered them all.
Maybe.
All right. You'll find out.
Hello, Bashar.
And you good day.
I'm Kasank, and I have a question about history and time.
Yes.
So we live in 3 dimensions.
You
of
live in
space
4
and-
dimensions.
Okay.
3 of space,
And
1 of time.
Correct.
I know, that's why I said it.
So my understanding is that the past, present, and future all exist simultaneously.
Yes.
So is the past an absolute, or is it ever changing? Is it
It's
a mass
ever-changing.
Is it a mass consensus agreement? The past,
It
or
can be.
It can be,
But it doesn't have to be.
Doesn't have to be. So then my question specifically is regards to suffering with, say, for example, Jews in the Holocaust, African Americans with slavery.
Yes.
Is that a consensus agreement, or is that an actual history, or is that an agreement?
Well, it's both. It's this and that, not this or that. Obviously, anything you can imagine is somewhere a reality, because you can't imagine non-reality.
Correct. Okay.
I know. So the idea simply is, what reality are you perceiving based on the state of being you're in?
Okay, let's say, for example, that I'm a chain smoker and I'm not, and I decide to stop.
You're smoking chains.
And I decide to quit.
Yes.
So does that mean that my history changes, because do I shift into a new...
It can mean that.
Okay.
You can do it that way. That's what we have referred to as the 13th step. If you can wrap your mind around the understanding that when you change yourself in any way, you actually literally are a different person. And that means if you're a different person, you have a different history. Then that means that if you actually stop, just to use your word, and find that you have no urge at all to do it, that may actually mean you've become a person who didn't stop smoking. You've become a person who never did.
Awesome. Okay.
And that's why the urge isn't there.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, that totally does, yes.
But you have to be very aware of whether or not that's actually what you have defined yourself to be.
Okay, does that mean I'm shifting to a parallel?
Absolutely. You're shifting your focus to another parallel version of yourself in this example that never smoked.
Okay. So let me ask you this. So if that is the case,
Yes.
then the history of like Hiroshima,
Yes.
the Holocaust,
Yes.
slavery,
Yes.
that doesn't have to exist, is what you're saying.
It all exists. It doesn't necessarily have to be part of your history experience in terms of the effects. Nevertheless, you can still be aware of those things and still do what you need to do for yourself. It doesn't always mean you have to erase certain things from the idea of your history in order to be able to move forward in the way that you prefer to. If you shift and you're still aware of those things as part of what you call your history, then it may mean that those things don't have to leave your mind in order for you to do what you need to do. If for some reason it is absolutely relevant that those things are not a part of your history, then you would never even know they existed. If you shifted to a history where they didn't exist for you, you would also never know they ever existed as anyone's history.
Is that possible?
Yes. In fact, I'll tell you this. Many of you do this all the time. The history that you think you remember right now wasn't necessarily the history that was here a moment ago, but you'll never know that. Do you understand?
Yes.
Because you're making the new history your history, it will completely erase from your perspective any other history having happened, because it wouldn't make sense. So when you shift and you do create different histories all the time, from this perspective in physical reality, you're never going to know what history was here a moment ago. But you've had a multitude of histories you now know nothing about.
But you remember a different time stream in history. You remember a different history.
You remember a different history, and therefore you will never know what history was there before.
Gotcha.
Make sense?
Makes
so
sense.
the history you remember right now is the history you're creating from the present. And a moment ago, this wasn't your history.
Oh, deep. Okay. Okay, my last question. So those...
I'll give you an example if you wish.
Sure. Yes, please.
And I'm going to come at this from a little bit from the consensus reality point of view, just because that's the subject we're on today.
Okay.
One moment. We're scanning the timelines. In 1996, or what you call or remember as 1996, you shifted your history to such a degree that the history that was different before you shifted in 1996 was different to the degree, just to give you one example, that your President Kennedy was still alive up to 1984. You understand what we're saying now?
Yeah.
Previous to 1996, or what you remember as 1996, you had a different history in which President Kennedy was alive until 1984.
Mm-hmm.
But now you don't remember that history.
Oh, okay, deep.
You see what we're saying?
Yes, yes.
You now have a history where he died in 1963.
Wow. Okay. So, with that, my final question is, those victims of these atrocities, how can they, because some people are still suffering from the Holocaust, the African Americans are suffering from police brutality.
Yes.
How do they transcend that? Is that by shifting to a new
reality? It can always be transcended by understanding that no matter in your world be learned, if only the lesson of learning how to ensure that they never happen again. Make more positive choices. Learn from the things you don't prefer in your society how to create a different society that you do prefer. That's how you can use these things in a positive way. Anything negative can be used in a positive way if you're willing to. And if you're willing to understand that the fact that they occurred in a negative way can be used as a lesson, if only to teach you to not do that again. Okay, if you don't prefer it.
So then can those groups then have a mass consensus to where they're in racism, sexism, and
of course
anti-Semitism?
Of course they can, because you have mini mass agreements within the overall mass agreement.
Okay,
so groups can have their own experience as well as individuals can have their own experience within the mass consensus.
And that can shift to a different reality.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
And it does all the time.
Awesome.
It's just, again, that if many of you are choosing to experience certain things because sharing that history will give you an opportunity to work with each other in a certain way and to help each other in a certain way make more positive changes, then you'll all agree to maintain that kind of common history in order to do that. Yes?
Yes.
All right. Does that help?
Yeah, thank you.
All right. Thank you. Is it your time for refreshment?
12:20? It can be, or if you want to do a question, you can. What would you prefer?
We would prefer that you go and ease your grumbling tummies.
Did you just like tap in and see how many people in the room were hungry?
Yes. How many of you are hungry? Speak up.
Yeah.
There you go. Enjoy your refreshment break. We will resume the transmission afterwards. Good day. But it'll say, let us continue with sharing. All right, thank you. Please continue. Please proceed, however you wish.
Hi, Bashar.
And you good day.
I'm so thrilled to be here.
All right, we are thrilled that you are thrilled to be there.
First, I would like to express my infinite love and gratitude to you.
Our unconditional love to you as well.
Thank you so much. My first question is, about 20 years ago, I had an experience where I kissed a boy and...
You liked it?
Very, very much so. It was
We
very
understand
memorable.
that was a popular song on your planet.
Sort of. I think there was a little difference in gender with that song.
No, all right.
Anyway, what happened is I immediately was shot through a tunnel of light.
No, all right. Quite a kiss.
Blue light, yeah. And I was just wondering
Yes.
how, if you could explain the mechanics of exactly what happened there with that one.
Sometimes in life, you will have made an agreement with someone to reflect something to you that is a reflection of your greater self. And when you make yourself available, when you open yourself up to that moment, you can really experience very quickly, very rapidly, a rush of energy that represents a much higher percentage of connection to your higher self than you are used to experiencing on a day-to-day level. In that it came that way, is also a symbolic reflection and representation of the idea of loving yourself. Do you understand?
I love that idea.
All right. So you gave yourself that opportunity to experience that electrifying rush, that rush through the tunnel, which represents a shift in dimensionality very abruptly.
Mm.
What did you do with that from that moment forward? How did you use that experience in your life? Are the important questions. Do you have an answer for that?
I have a lot of positive flashbacks to that
Do you
moment.
have any positive flash forwards?
Absolutely.
All right.
100%, yes.
All right. So, how did that allow you to apply the energy in your life more readily? Did it allow you to choose, or at least to recognize that that state was available to you? Or did you just kiss it off?
I definitely look at it as a pinnacle experience in my life, so I think it does allow me to tap into that.
Yes. Many times that's what peak experiences are for, again, to show you. As an example, this is a state you have within you. This is a state that is achievable by you. All you have to do is choose that state. And again, as we said, it doesn't necessarily always have to feel identical. Right. But anytime you remember that experience, you're in that state. In fact, the actual truth and trick of it is you actually have to be in the state to even remember the state from before.
Makes sense.
Marker for you.
That's a great confirmation. Thank you so
And
much.
again, the question is, how are you using it? How are you applying it?
I think if you're asking me to answer that question,
I
it
am.
wasn't rhetorical. It's inspiring
Yes.
because knowing that that type of euphoria and that high vibrational experience is
Yes.
available to me
Yes.
inspires me to align with it,
All
to
right,
desire
very
to
good.
align with it.
To desire to align with it, but do you align with it?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, all right.
I think I get pretty high.
Do you use it to act more readily and more fully on your highest passions in life every moment that you can? Hesitation usually means no.
I knew you were going to say that. That's why I was hesitating. I was like, wait for it.
And?
I'm definitely inspired to align with the highest vibration possible in any given moment, and I do my best.
I know you do your best.
Yes, I'm very conscious of
All right.
my vibration, and I do.
What are you doing in your life right now that excites you the most?
I've written 2 children's books.
Oh, all right. That's exciting.
I'm a numerologist.
All right. That's
I've
exciting.
Created some oracle decks.
That's exciting too.
Do a lot of wonderful things.
Oh, all right. And so you have given yourself the kiss of life.
Absolutely. yes. I have.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you. May I ask? Oh, I'm not going to ask if I can ask another question. I know better. Thank
Yes,
you.
all right.
I have another question. I was watching an episode of Ancient Aliens last night.
Ancient aliens.
Okay, I hope I get this right, but my son is going to help me if I get it wrong, I think, or you will. We were watching about Puma Punku, is that correct?
Puma Punku, yes.
And I was hoping that you could shed some light on who built it and what it was used for. And
A race you know nothing about.
Okay.
It was used as a landing place, a place to connect with the earth, a place to commiserate, a place to observe from, a place to coordinate from, an expedition, an exploration, a place to branch out from and explore your world.
Was it destroyed consciously, or was it a natural?
It was a series of what you would consider to be natural disasters over time.
And as far as, I'm going to get it wrong, Max, can you help me with the name of what was next with the T? Tiwanaku,
Yes.
the wall that has all the different faces of the different races.
Yes.
Is there anything you can say about?
Well,
what
again,
that
it's
was
a
supposed to
similar
represent?
idea, although some of the things that went on in Tiwanaku were also the idea of genetic alterations, hence the representation of the different species, the different races, as you call them.
I believe the local people refer to it as like the birthplace of humanity, or
One
they
of
talk about
them.
the Anunnaki.
One of them.
Okay, and they
You must
talk about-
understand that back in those times when there were the additions of genetic material to the natural hominid on your planet that ultimately resulted in the hybridization that created Homo sapien as you know yourself, actually took place in many places around your planet. It didn't just happen in one place.
That makes sense.
It was a worldwide agenda.
Yeah, because they referred to the Sumerians and the Anunnaki being in
Yes.
2 different places.
Yes.
So those kinds of things. Okay. Well, thank you. Can I ask? Oh, never mind. Caught myself again. I was just wondering if you could share a little bit more about spontaneous healing. I know there's a shifting to the parallel reality where the body is the new body.
Yes. Well, that's all there is to it. Any healing is giving off a vibration that inspires the person to be healed to match that frequency, which is representative of their healed state. And if they choose to match that frequency, then they make a shift that heals themselves.
So, if we consciously believe that we can create, that we can shift to the body we prefer.
Yes. Then
it's
you
just
can.
a choice that we make.
Yes.
But there's beliefs that can throw that off, right? Negative.
Well,
beliefs
there are
clearly.
beliefs that may exist that need to be there. Sometimes the things that don't happen for a positive reason too, you know.
All right.
It may be important for you to go through a particular process because you chose to. Therefore, you can't always circumvent certain things. You can only circumvent the things that are truly irrelevant for you to experience. So you can lessen the process, in a sense. You can whittle it down to the most basic processes you absolutely need in life. And therefore, once you find that something sticks around and doesn't seem to be willing to go anywhere, use it in the most positive way you can, and then it will go somewhere.
Okay.
Yes?
Yes.
Does that help you?
Absolutely. I just.
Hello, Bashar.
And you good day.
Good day to you too. Welcome to Vegas. You must have connected telepathically because we wanted you to come here for the longest time.
We simply allow the synchronicity to take us where we need to go.
Thank you. My first question correlates to a little bit to her
Speak up,
question.
speak up.
My first question to you correlates to the last lady's question, kind of. When somebody gets sick,
Yes.
we know the body gets sick.
Yes.
The soul really never gets sick,
Not
right?
really, no.
Okay. Does that mean that the soul is saying, okay, I don't need to go to a higher frequency to heal this body, I just need to move on and get to another experience?
It depends. There are as many reasons for the idea of disease as there are people. Sometimes negative reasons, sometimes positive reasons. You have to take it on a case-by-case, person-by-person basis to understand why something like that may be being generated.
Okay. And if that person passed away,
Yes.
and the soul is actually moving on,
Well, it can. It doesn't have to.
that's what I was going to ask you. Does it automatically reincarnates or goes back to the
Reincarnation, in a sense, is a real experience, but it's not mechanically what's actually happening. It's an illusion. Because everything exists all at once. All lives exist at once. So you can create the illusion that you are reincarnating, and you can have that experience. But if every life exists all at the same time, then you understand that all you're doing is shifting your focus to make it seem as if you were someone and now you're someone else.
Okay. And again, along with that, almost 2 years ago, my father passed away, and I was not able to comprehend that. I have an idea in my head,
Yes.
thinking, is his soul remembers me as his daughter?
Of course. You don't forget things on that level.
Okay.
And the relationship is always there, but the relationship is also bigger because you have many different relationships to that particular entity, and that entity has many different relationships to you beyond the idea of father-daughter. But that's included, certainly. And the entity on that level can focus down to that idea of that relationship to relate to you, since that's the way you relate to that entity. But it goes way beyond that.
Great, thank you.
Does that help you?
Yes, very much.
All right, thank you.
Appreciate it.
One moment. Is your birthday coming up?
Not
When is your
really.
birthday?
November 7th.
Will you be doing something special on that day?
Well, my father passed away 2 days after my birthday.
Oh, that's why we're getting the birthday. All right. So that's a message directly from the Father, to recognize that the Father is hearing you, to bring up the birthday
which is, as you say, close to the actual date of death. So, in that sense, don't be sad on the birthday, because he is with you. He's not missing you, haven't lost him. He will celebrate with you. All right?
Thank you.
All
Appreciate
right.
it.
So
Thanks.
happy birthday.
Thank you. Thank you. Another question that has nothing to do with this, but are there extraterrestrial underground in our planet? And
Sometimes.
Are they a threat to us?
No. Do you want them to be?
No.
Remember that the more you allow yourself to align with fear, the more you experience your reality in a fearful way. So if you stay in the vibration that you prefer, anything that might be negatively oriented can't find you. Do you understand?
Yes.
Thank you.
That makes sense. Thank you. And one more question.
That's it. One more.
Yes. 2011, on North Carolina, on Brown Mountain, there was 27 people missing.
Yes.
Do you know anything about that?
I do.
Where are they?
I can't tell you that.
Why?
I'm not allowed to. Something is in process, and it's not our job to tell you what's going on with those people. But you'll find out.
Soon?
That's a relative term.
Okay.
All right?
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Hi, Bashar.
And you good day.
I'm so excited. I'm
Oh,
so
all
happy
right.
to meet you today.
And you
I wish
as
I
well.
can give you a hug.
All right. Hug received. And returned.
Thank you. I learned a lot of things from you.
All right.
I changed my life a lot.
You changed your life. We are happy to help, but you changed your life.
Thank you. I really want to know I did learn how to deal with the challenges in my life, but
Yes.
can you help me to understand the purpose of my life?
The purpose of your life is to live it. The purpose of your life is to act on your passion. The purpose of your life is to be this you, this unique expression of creation, as fully as you can. Because you have never been this you before, you will never be this you again, even though you will always be you. But not in this
everything
way.
excites me.
Then act on it to the best of your ability in whatever order it presents itself to you as being capable of being acted on. Trust the synchronicity. You can't act on everything equally. Act on the things you have the greatest ability to act on first if they all seem to excite you equally. If it's not the thing you need to be doing right then, or not the thing you need to do first, then your excitement and synchronicity will show you what else you actually need to be doing at that moment. Because it's a complete kit and leaves nothing out and shows you exactly what to do in what order. Does that make sense to you? You don't always have the same ability to act on everything that excites you at the same time. Act on what you have the greatest ability to act on that excites you the most. And allow the other things that excite you to show you when they need to be acted on. The synchronicity will show you. Is this making sense to you?
Yeah.
But
I did heard that from you always, but still.
But still what?
There is something that I always feel that I'm missing something that I should do.
Really?
And
Such as what? What are you missing? You do remember what we said about the idea that you've already made all your appointments, yes?
Yes.
Well, if you know you've made all your appointments, don't you trust that they'll unfold in proper timing?
Yes, I do trust.
The only way you miss an appointment is by spending time wondering if you're going to miss an appointment. So constantly thinking that you're missing something will make you miss something. But if you stop worrying that you're going to miss something, you can't miss anything that's important for you to do. If you trust the way your life unfolds.
Yes, I do trust.
All right, well then relax. Okay. What's your hurry? What's your rush? You're an eternal, infinite being. Relax. You have all of eternity which never ends. No need to rush. Yes?
Yes.
Take your time, live in the present, enjoy what is,
and you will be capable of accelerating your experience of what can happen in the present. But if you just relax into the understanding that your life unfolds naturally, then you will know that you'll experience everything you need to experience in this life that's relevant for you to experience by definition.
Okay.
All right?
Yeah.
Does that help?
Yes, that does.
Thank you.
Thank you. I have one more question.
Do you? And what would that be?
About my husband and my kids, like, I know if I face the challenges, I know that you taught me how to deal with it.
Yes.
But I still didn't get the point that how do I create the problems? Like, I see it as a problem.
Well, why do you choose to see it that way? How does it serve you to see something as a problem, which by definition doesn't give you enough power to do anything about it, as opposed to a challenge which does? How does it serve you to label it in
Hello, Bashar.
I know you. Good day.
Okay. Many of us are being called to relocate these days.
Oh, all right. Bye-bye.
And, you know, I feel much of this has to do with, of course, freedom and mission.
Yes.
I'd like to ask you if you could expand on that, and also if part of the reason that we are being called to certain areas is because of our particular connections to the stars or star beings.
No, can be that. And also simply because at that particular moment, the vibration of that area is more compatible with the vibrational state that you happen to be in based on what it is you need to attract to yourself to get to the next step. Can be for many reasons. It can also be a recognition of the idea of a fuller definition of acting on your excitement, because a fuller definition of acting on your excitement is not only to act on the thing that excites you at any given moment to the best of your ability with no insistence on an outcome, but to do it how it's more exciting, where it's more exciting, with whom it's more exciting, when it's more exciting. All the components of excitement being part of the definition. So it can be that too. And again, remember that just because something is attractive to you doesn't mean that's the thing that has to come to fruition, even if you take action on it. As we have said many times, sometimes the things that excite you, even moving to another location, is just to get you to move. That may have been the only purpose. But you'll find out when you take the action as to whether you actually need to wind up in a different place or not. Yes?
Yes.
Does that answer the question?
Yes. So, personally, I've just moved to Sedona about a week ago because of this pull.
Yes.
And I'm wondering if you could give me any personal clarity or insight.
Well, are you
this.
acting on your highest excitement in all areas of your life to the best of your ability with no insistence on an outcome?
I think so.
You think so?
Well, I feel so, yes. I don't think I would be here if I wasn't doing that.
Do you trust the way your life unfolds that will bring you synchronistically everything you need to know, every opportunity, every doorway you need to walk through?
Well, I can't say 100%, but I'm definitely working on that.
Thank you for your honesty. Therefore, as we said, the Sedona vortex has a particular trait to it, and that is it magnifies and amplifies what you bring into it. So it will give you an opportunity to find out any residual negative belief systems you might be holding on to that cause any resistance whatsoever in you acting 100% in the way that you would prefer. So the first step might be for that.
That says a lot.
Has it already brought up anything?
That says a lot, yes. It does.
And do you want to share? You don't have to. We can take it
well,
further.
no, I don't need to say the specifics, but what I can say is it definitely feels like residual energy that, of course, I feel like I've worked on and moved through, but then it's just coming up. But nothing, I don't feel like there's any like big stuff anymore.
But that may be the first step why you have immersed yourself in that frequency, is to use that energy to accelerate your process in going through the idea of letting go of what doesn't work for you. And then something else may come when you align yourself more strongly. Please remember the analogy that we gave a long time ago, and also just a few moments ago from our perspective. The idea is that, to use a technological analogy, you used to have automobile vehicles that were very, very simplistic. And because they were simplistic and didn't have that many moving parts or any high tolerances, they could be very dirty and they would still chug along. But the idea now is you've entered an age where you have high tolerance, high technology machinery, and the idea of the tolerances are so fine that the slightest speck of what doesn't belong there will freeze the entire operation of the engine. So when you really clean the last speck out, then the engine will operate more smoothly and the synchronicity will bring you what you need that you're now capable of actually interacting with. But the idea is that the closer you get to your true self, the less it takes to stop the whole process, because you want to be really, really clean when the big opportunities show up. You understand?
Yes, optimal performance.
Exactly.
Got it.
Does that help?
That helps. Okay, one last thing.
Yes.
Do I have any...
oh, here it comes.
I'm trying to put it in the right words here. Okay. Okay, do I have any connections that I am not aware of?
Of course you do.
With the hybrid children.
Of course you have connections you are unaware of. You have connections you are aware of. You have connections you're unaware of, because it's not time for you to be aware of those connections.
Okay.
So again, you trust the way your life unfolds? Yes, no, maybe?
Yes.
Then whatever you need to know, whatever is relevant for you to know, you will know in perfect timing. If you don't know it yet, you don't need to.
Okay, gotcha.
Does that help?
Perfect.
Now, one moment. Don't go anywhere.
Okay.
What is the strongest area that you're attracted to in Sedona? If you don't know it yet, that's fine.
You're asking which area I'm the most attracted to?
Yes.
Cathedral Rock.
Why?
I just feel that in my heart.
All right.
My heart space.
How much time do you spend in that area?
Well, actually, I just arrived here, so I haven't gone there this time. I've been there 2 years ago.
When you allow the time to be there, may take a few times, but when you allow yourself to create time to go and be in that space and be centered in that particular location, some of the information that you're asking for about your unknown connections may suddenly be downloaded to you. All right?
Thank you very much.
You are very welcome.
Okay,
Have
thank
fun.
you.
Hello.
And to you, good day.
Question number one, I have two. As a creator of my own reality, always acting on my highest excitement to the best of my ability, how does someone...
Don't leave out the third part.
What did I leave out?
Zero insistence on the outcome.
Yes. With zero insistence
Or
on
you
the
don't
outcome.
have the whole formula.
Of course.
Yes. Yes.
As that, how do other people's realities interact with mine and affect mine?
They don't affect yours at all. You have to agree to affect yourself based on matching the vibration of something that they've offered you.
Okay, so as other people are co-creating,
yes,
that has no actual effect on my creation of my own reality in any way.
Only in the sense that you have agreed to interact. Only in the sense that you've agreed to co-create certain things in a similar way so you can have what appears to be a collective experience. But they don't actually affect you directly.
Okay, that makes sense.
I know, that's why I said it.
Thank you. And my sister mentioned yesterday when she came up here that we've had some symbolic experiences. In particular, Saturn popped up for us, and we didn't really get into it yesterday, but I was wondering if you had any information on this.
Symbolically, it's council energy.
Okay.
Does that help?
A little bit. Could you elaborate?
The idea of understanding and maintaining your own self-guidance system, your own counsel, staying in balance according to what you know is true for you, will amplify your energy and allow all aspects of your personality to integrate in a more fluid way.
Okay, that makes perfect sense. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it.
Bashar.
And to you, good day.
I'm living my highest excitement to the best of my ability with zero expectation. And that's the kicker.
All right. Thank you.
Yes.
It's more the idea of no assumption or insistence, because you can expect something to happen.
Yes, yes. Very positive things.
Yes.
I wanted to share, and then I had a few questions.
Or very negative things that you can use positively.
Yes, that's it.
All right.
That's it. When I first discovered you, I was actually injecting heroin.
No, how exciting.
Yeah, it was very exciting. It was very exciting. And I kind of heard you describe it before. I had cemented myself spiritually into this viscous muck.
Yes.
And I couldn't even make decisions anymore.
Oh, all right.
But I was in a horrific accident, and I was laying in the hospital bed. I came across you, and I had no will left, but you said I gave myself a permission slip.
Yes.
I desire to define my dedication to detachment with the graphics. And you said if you even have the willingness,
yes,
that's all I had. I barely had that. I had to barely surface
it's
the
a
willingness.
Beginning.
Oh man, I'm flying though, Bashar.
Yes.
It's been amazing.
That's because you have now found the positive side of...
Good day, Bashar.
And to you, good day.
I want to just express my gratitude. I feel so happy. And most of the time, almost all the time, and even when I don't, I know there's a way out.
All right. That's the first step. You always know that no matter what belief you're dealing with, it's just a belief, and there's always a way to transform it.
Yes, that happened to me. I went through something that was surprising to me. It had to do with thinking that in a competitive way that somebody liked somebody else better than me. It was sort of like I think of it as a girl thing. Like
a girl thing.
It's hard to explain. Like a woman.
We were under the impression that only boys had things, but... All right, a girl thing.
I think girls have these subtle things, let's say that.
They have other things.
Yes. So anyway, I really, really want to express it. I wanted to express this negativity, and I didn't do it. I did it through meditation. I did it through, I could almost like hear you talking to me to help me.
Oh, yes.
Really.
Please remember, you are speaking to your own higher mind right now, using us as an excuse to do so.
Yes. And
you can always talk to your higher mind, and if it helps you to think that it sounds like us, by all means, we are happy to be your permission slip.
Yes. It's nice and neutral, a little bit like Mr. Spock.
We don't have pointy ears.
No, you don't. You don't. So that was really a wonderful experience for me, and I know that I can continue to do that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for knowing that, which is much stronger than believing.
Yes.
When you know something to be true, it's in your bones, your blood, your behavior. You just do it. You don't think about it. You don't wonder if you believe you can do it. You just do it. Knowing and action are synonymous.
Thank you.
So if you're not seeing it in your behavior, you don't know it yet.
Yes.
Does that help?
Yes, it does. Thank you.
Why, thank you.
And I have a question about something.
I knew you would.
Thank you. About yesterday, the Anunnaki, the question was, what are the qualities of them that we have? And there were 3: shifting into gamma frequency, psychic abilities, relationship with vibrations that have to do with other star systems. And one thing that popped into my consciousness was, what about love? Where does that fit?
But that existed within you as the hominid species already.
Okay. That's so interesting you said that, because I had this conversation with my husband right after, and he said it could have been from our natural source of, the ape conscious.
Of course.
Thank you so much.
You're so welcome.
Then one more, and
one more last question?
Yes, one more last.
All right.
It might lead to another one, all right?
We'll see about that.
It's about the crop circle phenomena, which I'm really very interested in, and I love the beauty of them.
You're seeing slices of a much higher dimensional form. You're only seeing a slice, a 2-dimensional slice of a higher dimensional form that is the product of the collective consciousness of your world, and it's engaged with the consciousness of other realities, including the consciousness of nature itself. Wow. You're giving yourself messages and learning how to read them from a higher perspective. It's like having a communication dialogue literally with the collective higher consciousness of the entire planet.
Wow.
You're talking to Gaia.
There was one that came this past 2016 crop circle phenomena in Wiltshire, UK.
Yes.
And it was a extraterrestrial face with a wreath around the top of its head that looked like pine trees. And there was a discussion on that because I was on an online course with it. And my first feeling was almost like a joke, like, it was in nature. We're already here. We're in nature.
Yes.
Yeah, and then secondly was, the other thought was, this phenomena is natural, and we're showing you that by giving you a little piece of your own nature here.
Yes. The first thing you said?
Yes.
We are already here?
Yes.
Pay attention to the last line in the documentary.
Okay. Thank you so much.
You're so welcome. Bye-bye.
Hi, Bashar.
And to you, good day.
It's wonderful to be able to talk to you again.
It is wonderful to talk to you as well as all of you.
Well, now I've been struggling or looking at this idea of the train tracks and which train you're on.
Yes.
And as I look at our political upheaval, I'm seeing that the tracks are becoming very, very clear.
Yes.
Now, I am correct in my perception of that?
Yes.
Okay. Just want to make sure that that's what's happening, because I believe at one point you said that as you get further along this track, the other will begin to disappear.
Eventually. Not right now. We're talking about years down the road.
Okay. Because
if you're impatient, you're on the wrong train.
Oh, okay. They just
Because remember what we have said, the measure of change and choice is not about seeing differences outside. It's about responding differently to the outside, even if it still looks the same.
And begin to respond to it with compassion.
That's the right train.
That's compassion. Okay.
Does that help?
Yes, very, very much. It
All
just
aboard.
yeah. And I have another question.
Yes.
I had a heart attack several
how
years ago. Well,
exciting.
it really was. And as I was being
by the way,
attended to.
By the way,
Yes.
one moment before you continue, please. Please understand that in general, yes, there are exceptions. In general, a heart attack is a counter attack because the heart has already been attacked by your beliefs and energy. So it's a counter attack to stop you in your tracks and reset you.
Whoa. Whoa. Well, that makes this experience even more meaningful.
Yes.
As I was on the table having a stent placed in my... Yeah. Suddenly, I was aboard a ship.
Yes.
And all I remember is what they were wearing.
Which was?
They had uniforms that were beige, the women that were pleated.
Yes.
And as they moved underneath the pleats, they were orange. The men were wearing orange-like jumpsuits, orange and beige.
All right.
And then I was back.
Yes.
So can you tell me who they were or anything about
You were
them?
seeing a physicalized manifestation of Arcturus energy. They don't actually look that way. They look that way when they penetrate their consciousness into your reality, taking your form so you'll have something to relate to. But the vibration is of Arcturus energy. The Arcturus energy relationship is one of realignment, resetting. It's like a reset button. Yes. The idea of the Arcturus gate that we have described is when many children are born on your planet, they will make a connection to the idea of the Arcturus vibration so that they don't get as affected by the belief systems of the planet and they remember more of who they are. So the idea is that you were having your reset button pushed. So you could go back to zero and start again, a fresh start in a sense. But the Arcturus energy is what did that. By the way, it's very rare for individuals, and usually only happens in those extreme circumstances where the Arcturus energy will actually present itself to you that way. So congratulations.
Wow.
On a rare experience.
Well, yeah, it was pretty spectacular.
Yes,
and
they
I'm
are.
still here.
Yes, yes, yes.
And that's the best part. Thank you very much, Bashar.
You are very welcome.
Hi, Bashar.
Hi, you. Good day.
Thank you. I just want to also mention I moved to Sedona about a month ago.
Oh,
I
all right.
really feel that intense energy.
Yes.
Like I feel like I've been PMSing for about a month now.
Speak up.
I feel like I've been like PMSing for about a month.
All right.
Yeah. So it's a little interesting, but you know, it'll get better. Eventually, right?
Well, if you work through it, if you let go of the belief systems that are generating the resistance, yes, of course.
Okay, that makes sense. And also, my boyfriend and I recently let our praying mantis pet go. And in the last couple of days, we've seen 3 in 2 days.
Yes.
So is that connection to any hybrid children in our
Well, it's a
partner?
connection to the idea of the hybridization agenda that is being run by the beings you refer to as the mantis beings.
Okay, so they're controlling it. Are they the...
It's not a controlling, it's a guidance system.
So are they the council? When we meet the council soon? They're, okay.
They can be a symbol of that, yes, and connecting, reminding you to connect into that energy, yes.
Okay. And then also, so recently when I saw you about 3 months ago, you told me Violet was a name to connect with my hybrid
Yes.
children. Now, since that day, I haven't had any dreams, anything, and I used to probably lucid dream about once or twice a week.
I know. But the idea is that you haven't shut down. It's
Okay.
that you're not used to the way in which the interactions are actually happening yet. They're happening on another level, and you have to open yourself up to that level in order to understand what's going on, because they are happening. You're just not remembering them at this point, but that means you're on a different level with it. That's okay. You'll start remembering.
Cool. So does that have anything to do with when I recently did ayahuasca, I heard children laughing, and then I also did Kunlun about 2 nights ago, and I heard children sneezing.
Yes. So you're getting little snatches in your senses of the fact that there is some interaction going on, and they're, well, all right, they're kind of mischievously playing with you a little bit.
Yeah, okay.
Because they're learning your ways.
Okay.
And they think that's fun.
Yeah. So if I become less mischievous, will they?
Say again.
If I become less mischievous, will they become less mischievous? And
Not necessarily.
Okay. Good deal.
But they will always be mischievous in a positive way.
Okay. Well, they're children. That makes sense.
So are all of you.
True. And so I want to ask the question, so how many hybrid children do I have?
Why don't you ask them? That will be another way, if you put the question out to them, that you might gain more consciousness of the interaction, because they will tell you how many there are.
Okay, so is this kind of like how you were talking about in lucid dreaming? Sometimes people feel paralyzed and they don't know how to move in that dream?
Yes.
So I don't know how to move or interact in this state. Is there anything that you think would be beneficial for me besides the permission slips I've already interacted with?
What I just told you.
Okay, so
ask the children how many of them there are.
Okay.
And they will present themselves to you.
Okay.
Violet, primrose, bluebell, and on and on.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, that's all. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Nani, huh?
Yes, I thought we had one more person. Okay. So we have about 10 or 15 minutes left. I can ask a couple questions that we have from Ustream listeners.
Please do so.
All right. Can you talk about time loops? I experienced some similar days exactly 1 year apart. This is a questioner.
Well, many things go in cycles within consciousness, and it won't be identical, but it will be representative that you may have come back to a 0 point where you've gathered the information that you need, and now you can ascend to another level and go through the cycle again, gathering the information, and then ascend and go through the cycle again. This is a technique that is common in different civilizations and in different people, where you're sort of upgrading yourself by going through a very similar kind of cycle over and over again, but gathering new data as you go. This can sometimes be experienced as a so-called time loop.
It sounds like also, because you have the similar experience like Groundhog Day, I guess, that it can show you how much you've changed in response to what you're experiencing.
It can be used as a comparative measurement, yes. Yeah. There are many ways to use it. It is similar to the concept of déjà vu, but used in a slightly different way.
Okay, the second question is, how can I tell if I'm getting responses from my guides or just making up the answers myself?
The response question would be, if the answers work for you, who cares? And if synchronicity is happening in the life, that is often information from the guides. Again, please remember, the guides will attempt to remain relatively unobtrusive in your life. It doesn't mean they always have to give you information with voices and trumpets. The idea is they will use what's at hand. And if they know the information already exists somewhere in your reality, then information, like electricity, like water, will follow the path of least resistance. Why reinvent the wheel and have to deliver the information in a more challenging way for you when the information might just be right around the corner, and then all the guide has to do is sort of nudge you to turn left instead of turn right, so you will overhear the information that you need. So the synchronicity is very often messages specifically from the guides, because they know how to use synchronicity in that way as a tool to get information to you. So You are receiving information all the time. All the time. You don't always have to be aware that it's coming from your guides. And if in fact sometimes you are aware that it's coming from your guides, that could be getting in your way because you'll stop and think about that. So they again will remain relatively unobtrusive. And if there is some reason why you do need to know it's coming from them, you will. But if you don't know whether it's coming from them or not, you don't. Trust the way it's unfolding. And you will know that if you trust the way it's unfolding, paradoxically, you will actually develop more sensitivity to tell the difference between when the information is coming from your guides or something else.
Perhaps this is another way of saying what you're saying, but it seems like whenever you have a major synchronicity,
yes,
that can be an indication to you that you're having a communication with your guides.
Not always, but it can be.
It can be, yeah, because it's like you can see that everything came together and that you were connecting with your higher levels.
Exactly.
And also, a lot of people get like numbers, you know, where they're like, I always get that number. And that, again, can just be like a trigger to connect with your higher your guides, your higher self.
Or to let you know you are connecting at that moment.
Right. It's just like, it's an ongoing conversation that evolves, that becomes personal to you, but you definitely know it's coming from your higher levels and it's guiding you in a direction that's really supportive of your life.
Yes.
And those are the kinds of things that our guides do for us. So it's just
and that's a definition of synchronicity.
Another question was, one
moment.
Yes.
Please understand that when we talk about the idea of synchronicity, we're not talking about something that actually impinges into your reality. Synchronicity is a way of interpreting the fabric of the reality itself. It's you being able to suddenly perceive the actual underlying structure of existence in the sense that everything actually is one thing and everything is connected. So it's the actual fabric of existence itself that you're seeing when you experience synchronicity. Not something that comes from outside and manipulates the reality. It is the very fiber of the reality, the bones of the reality itself that you're experiencing.
And it also seems like as part of our process, the demystification of the communication with the higher levels is really part of that acceptance. This is a natural part of your life that you can have these conversations and get better and better at communicating with yourself.
Exactly, because again, the point is that even if you are communicating with your guides, their job is to help you become your own best guide.
Another person wrote in, I've been in contact with some beings who look like humanoid lions.
We hear this a lot.
Who are these kitty people?
We can't really talk about them much, but the idea is, again, as we described with the Arcturus beings, it's a projection. They don't actually look that way, but they represent a civilization on a different dimensional level that understand what that symbol means to you and know that by, in a sense, projecting their energy in a certain way that takes on that appearance, you're going to relate to them in a certain way that's important for you. But really, let's put it this way. The civilization of feline beings that you really need to get more in touch with already live among you. They're called cats. And the idea of that higher dimensional group of beings that may present themselves with that appearance, even though that's not what they really look like, in some ways is reflecting to you that these are the beings you need more familiarity with, which is why cats were often referred to as familiars. Do you understand?
Oh, because they're part of our family.
And the idea is they already perceive into other dimensions. So if you can understand how to have more empathy with the cat and communicate on that level, you can start to see what they see through their eyes.
And it's interesting because I think a lot of us, when we first have pets and cats and things like that, that you think of yourself more like, well, I'm the human and this is the cat, and the cat is sort of lower
to
than
which
me.
the cat usually responds. Remember, even your own scientists know that cats aren't actually domesticated. You just cohabitate with them. And they choose to cohabitate with you. There's a reason for that. You haven't domesticated cats. They just find that living in your condition sometimes is convenient. And they do enjoy forming bonds with you. Please take advantage of the fact that they are actually choosing to do that with you because you have not domesticated them.
Yeah, it's actually, they're quite intelligent in terms
Of
of what
course
they're
they are.
communicating. And if you really engage on a cooperative communication, it takes a new direction for your whole relationship with animals and with other species, communicating with other
Absolutely,
species.
because many times if humans, in some way, shape, or form, relate to the cat as if the human is the master, boy, have you got that backwards.
Yes.
Cats are master teachers. Learn to become equal to them, and you will be able to pierce the veils between realities much more easily. Does that help?
That helps a lot. There is one last question that you might want to answer, and that is, what's the difference between how an individual shifts reality and how a group shifts reality?
The only real difference is the degree of consensus in the shift. Does that make sense?
Say that again?
The only real difference is the degree of consensus in the shift. In other words, if you're shifting on your own, you're relating to the idea of the mass consensus to a certain degree, but you have a lot more leeway. The idea of a group shift involves a lot more intercommunication to decide on agreeing what you're all shifting to, so that you can still have a apparently common experience even in the shift. So let's say there's a lot more networking going on in a very specifically focused way for a group than there is with an individual.
And it also amplifies the energy of each person within the group and creates a level of synergy that goes beyond what you would see in just an individual in some way.
If the group is, shall we say, willing and able to align in that way, yes. Although there are groups that can also create chaos within themselves as well.
Right, but when they get more and more synchronized, then you have the telepathic phenomenon starting to happen.
Yes, and then they can, by the fact of the increased numbers, possibly, not always, but possibly because of the general belief system on your planet, add more energy to the shift and allow it to accelerate more rapidly than an individual who might have to deal with many other issues that being in a group can actually handle because of the cooperation and support among the group. So a group can sometimes, not always, sometimes take itself faster and farther than an individual. Just depends.
It's very interesting. Group dynamics are something that we as humans have studied a lot, but I don't think we've really understood fully how this can be utilized when...
No, but you will.
Great.
So now, please, all take a very short break, and we will resume this transmission with your holotope meditation to help crystallize in the idea of the protocols of contact. Enjoy a short break.
All right, and of course we want to extend our thanks to all the people here in Sedona that helped with the event. We really appreciate all of your efforts and your hard work. Thank you. And now, Darryl, take it away. Or take us away.
Take myself away. Let us continue this transmission by each and every one of you allowing yourselves to relax and become comfortable. Let go, relax. Let your bodies relax. Let your thoughts relax. And as you begin to let yourselves go into a more relaxed